Good evening, everyone. Erev Tov.
Erev Tov.
Thank you. So the Ramban asked a very interesting question about our Parsha. He asked, what reason was there that the gods should say to Abraham, leave your country, etc., without first stating that Abraham worshipped God or that he was richest man? So it's a very good question, especially if you think about the first phrase of last week's Parsha, of yesterday's Parsha, when our Parsha yesterday started with what tzaddik man was Noach, right? What was the first thing that we say about Noach was tzaddik was he, and this is why Hashem chose him to build the ark and everything. So why here it doesn't say anything about Abraham? It just said what Hashem said to Abraham. It's a very good question, and I want to tell you three answers for that. Very interesting answers. They're so different from each other. The first one is what the Ramban answered for himself, for his own question. And he's saying that actually if you're going to read two psukim before the first pasuk of Lech-lecha, we're going to find the answer. Because two psukim before that, I'm not going to read it, but we've been told that Terach, Avraham dad, took all of his family from Haran to Canaan, to Eretz Israel. But in the middle, they stopped in Ur Kasdim. It was like just stopped in the way. So the Ramban explained, according to lots of midrashim, that Avraham over there did a lot of big stuff that made Hashem choose him. He's broke all the avodah zarah of his father. He's announced Hashem's names in the world. So because of that, it's obvious why Hashem chose him. So this is one direction you can go, like what the Ramban suggests. But the Maharal suggests, I think, the opposite. Like the opposite reason why we didn't mention the reason that Hashem chose Avraham. And I'm going to read from his words. Sorry. But according to the thing we have told you, it will not be difficult at all. This is the explanation for the question that we asked. For with Noach, there was only a private choice. And the private choice is according to what he is. And everything is according to his act or righteousness. But in Abraham, there was no private choice, but a choice in the Israeli nation, which they sought, and given a pasuk to say that. And this is a general choice. And a choice like this don't depend on an act at all, or a sin, because the act is individual. So now we understand, when Hashem chose Noach, He chose Noach specifically to build the ark. So we need to know that Noach is a tzaddik, is a good person. We need to know why Hashem chose him. But in the case of Avraham, God choosing the Israeli nation. He's now decided, I'm going to start that nation. It's happened to me that Avraham was the first Jew, is the first that I'm going to use, but it's not because his acts. Again, the opposite from the Ramban. The acts does not matter at all because I'm choosing the nation. I'm not choosing the person. So this is why we just heard why Hashem what Hashem say to Abraham without explain why He chose him. But I think for me the most interesting answer, the third answer, is from the Sfat Emet. He's saying it in one sentence, but it's like very deep idea, very interesting idea. He say like this: Lech-lecha. I'll say, I don't think like there is meduyak, accurate translation to the words Lech-lecha, because I saw many translations for that. What exactly is Lech-lecha? I think like it's go to yourself maybe. So Lech-lecha, which is said from God to all men always. And Avraham, our father, heard and received. So it's very interesting because actually what the Sfat Emet is saying, God, we've been told in the Parsha, Vayomer Hashem el Avraham Lech-lecha. It's not really that Hashem said it to Avraham. It just, Hashem generally said to the world, Lech-lecha, do something with yourself, do something positive, do something powerful. But never anyone heard that before and do something like that. Even most of the Parsha is saying that all of the years before Avraham was just 2,000 years of waste, because they didn't do nothing. Even though we know Noach was a big tzaddik, but he didn't do like the thing to change the world. He get out of the ark and then basically not big deal. And then Avraham is coming and he's the first one to receive that call, the generous call, Lech-lecha, and start to do things. In our Parsha, there's lots of stories about Avraham and what he did. I'm not going to get into it right now, But I think this is a very important thing to us too, because that call of God, Lech-lecha, do something with yourself, do something positive, can be until those days, until our time. Hashem always calling someone to do something good. The only question is, we're going to receive that calling, we're going to hear the Lech-lecha or not. So this is my thoughts about this week Parsha, and have a good evening. We're going to say Rabbi's Kaddish in page 50.